Well, listener, here we are again, back with another episode of Sea Devils Sessions University Transfer Edition. I'm your host, Lucinda McNamara, Dean of University and Transfer Partnerships, and the Velvet Voice is back in the studio!
Thank you.
Soothing sounds. We have missed you, Kathy.
I know, I have missed being here. I'm so happy to be back today.
Kathy has actually moved on up to the 5th floor. Moving on up. She is working in the events office. What's your title?
I am the new Safety and Events Coordinator.
Oh my goodness sakes. The power. So what's it like up there on the 5th floor?
It's awesome. The view is amazing. I have windows. I can see the river.
It's like a 180 view, I think, in your area.
It's pretty panoramic, yeah.
And so you're seeing all the beauty of spring.
It's glorious.
It is.
Can't complain.
So today's faculty spotlight guest is Tracy Holbrook. Tracy is the program director of our chemical technology program. And Kathy, how long has he worked here?
He has been here for 16 years.
16 years? You'd have to be crazy to be here for 16 years, said Lucinda, who's been here for 16 years.
So that takes one to know one. Right?
Exactly. No, we're really excited to have him in the studio. Let's go on to Tracy. Tracy, thank you so much for coming into the studio and talking to us.
Okay, can I leave now? Is this over? No? Oh, okay. All
Come
right.
on.
I'll stay around.
Kathy and I both instill fear into everyone that walks into the room.
That's right. And when we're done, it will feel that fast.
Yeah, all right,
Like,
sure.
hey, what? It's over already?
I guess
The
I'll stick
party is
around for
done?
a few minutes then.
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
so where are you from originally and what brought you to the Cape Fear region?
Originally, I'm from southwestern Virginia, right on the Tennessee-Kentucky border. Small
Cue the
town.
banjos? No, sorry.
Yes,
Ding, ding,
Deliverance
ding,
was like a
ding,
horror
ding,
movie
ding.
for me. It was a very small town, literally like one stoplight. I mean, we had to drive like an hour to get to a Walmart. So
Okay.
that's
Wow.
kind of the area that I grew up in.
That's actually a magical thing.
That's kind of where the roots started. Kind of returned back to Southwest Virginia after I received my bachelor's and master's degree for a little bit. Began teaching at a local community college there at the time, and it was the same one that I went to as a student.
Oh,
So I got to kind of do the full circle thing
yes.
Oh, wow.
and worked there for about 5 years. I taught chemistry and math, and I was in the math tutoring lab, and I was doing everything from Calc 1 and Calc 2 and Gen Chem and Organic Chem, and I enjoyed it, but it was weird because I was retiring at the time, was making a decision whether North Carolina or Florida. So I was scrolling through the North Carolina state job listing, and quickly, very briefly, I saw this chemical technology lead instructor job. Didn't ask any questions about it at the time. And then I went back, pulled it up, and I was like, this seems really interesting. And I had no clue where Wilmington was. So I applied, and weeks later, I forgot that I applied. And then I get the phone call. We're like, hey, are you interested in coming down for an interview? So absolutely. And then that was the first time that I went on like MapQuest at the time, because it was probably before Google Maps.
Right. Where is
And-
this Wilmington?
Yeah, and then I typed it in, and it was like, oh, this is on the coast. Well, that's great because I don't swim. I'm redheaded. I freckle. I sunburn within 5 minutes. So the beach was not really the attraction point for me. It was, again, kind of the job listing and what it entailed.
And one should note that Tracy disclosed earlier, he is not a swimmer. He does not
Yep.
enjoy going to the beach.
No
all
beaches,
of those things.
no pools.
The love of chemical
Those
technology
feet.
is very evident here. Otherwise, we
Yeah.
would have never got you.
That's
Yes.
right. I mean, literally, I have parked at Wrightsville Beach before, and I will walk to the beach. And in the walk, I will get sunburned. So, I mean, I'm under the tents and everything. But
Shaboomy.
yeah, beaches are very, very rare for me.
I understand that. Yep. I burn easily. So what drew you to chemical technology as a field of study?
I think chemical technology picked me.
Oh,
Growing up and going to undergrad and
sounds like a
and
horror
grad-
movie, actually. Like chemical technology came for me.
There are certain days that maybe feels like a horror
It
movie.
follows.
But we didn't really have a degree for chemical technology. I mean, my background is in chemistry and analytical chemistry. So a little bit of science, a little bit of math, some numbers and some spreadsheets. As weird as that sounds, I love that kind of thing. And ChemTech at the time, and it still is, the only program in the state of North Carolina at any of our 58 community colleges. I mean, we're it. So
wow.
when I saw the job opening, it was a very strong focus in the instrumentation side of the house. It was a little science, a little math, but more trinkets and pieces and parts and equipment that many undergrad students, they don't get training on, whether you're at a bachelor's or a master's or a PhD level. So this was a somewhat of a gem of a program. So that is when I think chemical technology found me, because I had no clue that something out there actually existed like this. So 2-year program designed to put you to work. I wish I had that opportunity when I was in undergrad. My route was a traditional chemistry and pharmaceutical chemistry avenue.
Yeah, the Chem Tech is pretty cool. I got to host and some of the children that have come through the program get to make lip balms, and
Yeah, we
it was
do a
very
little bit
cool.
of all of it. I don't want to pigeonhole someone into one facet or avenue of a laboratory science. So we deal with a little bit of pharmaceutical, and then environmental, and then cosmetics, and then forensics, quality control, manufacturing, instrumentation. Our graduates can actually go out and work to just fix equipment. They're not stuck in a lab all day. Again, tinkers that kind of get these things back up and going. So we try to expose them all to those types of things, for sure.
How come we're the only community college out of the 58 that offer it?
It's expensive, Lucinda.
Ah,
You're
cha-ching.
talking about equipment that could easily be $250,000 just for
Right.
one piece. And I think over time, with some of the grant money that we've received, with the college and the equipment hearings, and just with local employers donating equipment, we've gathered at this point close to a $2 million laboratory facility. So you're not going to find that hardly anywhere else at a community college setting. And even at 4-year colleges and universities, if you look at the way their labs and their instructors run them, it's like one little piece in this lab and one small piece in that lab, and it's just scattered throughout the entire campus. And with us, it's actually all in one spot, and our students get training on all of it. So we've had PhD people enroll in our courses before,
rad.
and they come to us for the instrumentation training. So that's not uncommon. Straight out of high school, or people that have worked in the field for years that just want the instrumentation experience. They need it for a resume so they can be more competitive.
Well, that's awesome that we offer it. What have you noticed about the differences in the students since you began teaching?
Well, I've been here at Cape Fear now for 16 years, and then before that, I taught maybe another 5. So I've been in the business now for 20-some years. And of course, it's a different time. I hate to say this, but it's almost a sense of entitlement. I get students more so now than what I did, where they show up to class, they show up to lecture, they show up to lab, they do all the work. I see the lab data. It's great. It's quality work. But they never turn anything in for me to grade, And it's like, I've got to give you zeros,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So it's almost this mentality where if I show up and I just make a presence, then I'm going to automatically pass. And that's not really how jobs work.
Right.
It's not how
Yeah.
classes should work either. So I think that's a big difference. And then I also see students who are okay with D's.
Oh, yeah.
Like back in the day, and again, I'm giving away some age, but I wanted to get the highest grade possible.
Right. Or you'd be mortified if you got a D.
Right. An A, a B,
And I would
a
be
C,
grounded.
we're sliding. But I think some people are okay with just sliding by with D's now. I don't know why that is, but it's a change from what it was in the past. That's kind of depressing. I know.
I
That
really
is
did
sad.
today at this
Sorry.
point. I was like, is there no value in education? What? Let's bring the energy up as we move into the rapid
Yes.
fire
All
questionnaire.
right. Okay.
Because we need to do that here. And students, please go for something higher. Aim higher.
That's
do
right.
better. You
That's
can get
right.
at least a B. Come on.
Yes.
It's waiting for you. Take it. Tracy, what is your most favorite thing about your job?
I could give you the answer that probably most people would give would
Don't.
be the students. I'm here for
Right.
the students. And we are, and I am. I like those interactions that we have with them every day, that I have with them every day.
But
I think that if I had to choose something else other than, then I'm going to give it probably to the college and the administrators that I have worked with. And the reason for that is because they've been so supportive. Everything that we have done, there's been very little questions, no matter how crazy the idea sounds. I think they just put full trust in us and the decisions that we make as a program. And that goes a long way. So knowing that I'm trusted to come in to do a job that I was hired to do, no day really has felt like work to me. It's more like a hobby. So I've never really regarded this as a job. But I think the mentality of the college and the administrators.
that is a lovely thing to hear.
It is.
And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that would love to say thank you for saying that. because I do know that we have pockets of negativity at times. And
That's going to happen anywhere, though.
Exactly.
You know, you're not going to please everyone. I know that from teaching classes. You're not going to make
Right,
everybody
right.
happy.
yeah,
Yes.
firsthand
So
experience.
that's just the way it is.
Right.
And there's
Aw.
got to be bad news with good news. In a way, there's got to be bad with the good. And,
Right.
you know, you're always going to find those few people that are just negative Nancy's.
Yes. I really think they're more the exception based on the interactions
Yes.
I've had
Yeah.
with most faculty and staff here.
Thank you for saying that.
Yes. So, leading into the next note, what is your least favorite thing about your job?
You know, it's got to be, and it's just probably me, but it seems like I'm working 24/7. I mean, the paperwork I can deal with, the teaching I'm okay with.
Oh, yes.
But my office says I leave the campus at 3 o'clock, but it is not uncommon for a student to get an email from me at 2 or 3 in the morning. You know,
Yes.
when I go home, I'm never really left. I'm never detached. It's just a constant thing that happens 24/7. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes it could be a little annoying. After you've been in it for as long as I have, you've learned to deal with it and manage it.
Right.
So-
And that's kind of, you just said manage it. And, you know, you have made the choice after 16 years to be returning those emails at 2 or 3 in the
That's
morning.
right.
Some people are able to compartmentalize it, detach, walk away, but everyone approaches that differently. But I do have to agree with you. I will wake up in the middle of the night at, 1:47 a.m. Yes, I will be awake, and I will be thinking about my job.
Right.
And I'm
Mhm.
thinking, when am I off? Never.
There's been times that I have thought that the college probably thinks that I'm a crazy person because I'm even here Saturdays and Sundays sometimes with our
You're crossing the line,
instrumentation.
Tracy. This is
Yes.
ridiculous. What are you
And it's
doing?
You're
like-
making the rest of us look bad.
You know, 9 o'clock at night, I'm walking into the natural science
Where
building.
is your self-care regimen? What is
It's just,
happening here?
You know, I've got nothing else better to do there.
Okay,
I'm not
so
sure.
this is not one of the questions, but I mean, clearly you must have a hobby of some sort.
No, I don't have time for hobbies. It's just, I think my hobby is that when I can find moments of just peace, I think that's when I'll just sit. Those are the times that maybe I enjoy the most outside of the classroom.
Okay.
You know, just 5 minutes of just silence.
I think you should invest in some sort of wetsuit and take swimming lessons.
No.
Oh my gosh.
No, that will never
That
be
would
a
be
hobby
a
for
great
me.
hobby.
Absolutely not. And especially not in a public pool.
Yeah, and you're hearing this from the chemical technology director, he would know what's in that pool.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
Just germs from one person, not
Right.
multiple people.
Yes.
That's right. I could
Listeners,
do
you
that.
have to consider yourself warned. So, what sound or noise do you love?
I think what resonates the most is the sound of a dryer in a laundry room. I know that's kind of weird.
Tracy, this is just making me sad.
Right?
man. I work 24/7.
That's right.
I love the sound of the dryer.
Of a laundry room.
What is
and
happening?
This is great.
Sounds like laundromat is your off-campus hangout.
But it's a white noise.
It's a white
It is
noise.
a white noise.
So in undergrad and in graduate school, I would have very hard times finding certain times to really do the good studying.
Right.
You know, leading up to the
Yes.
exams and that kind of thing. But I always lived in apartment buildings that really didn't have a washer and dryer. So I would go to the apartment community laundromat or even, the public laundromat. And I would not walk away. I did not trust my clothes in the washers and
Mhm.
dryers, right?
Right.
So I stayed there. And I think it was just quiet. And it was a white noise that constantly happened in the back.
Right.
And it most of the time smelt good. So I think it put me at ease. And I did some of the best studying as an undergraduate and graduate student in laundromats. And I think that sound just kind of in the back of my mind takes me back to those moments where maybe that dryer allowed me to get an A
Oh,
on my
man.
differential
ode to a
equation
dryer.
class,
Right.
So I
This
think
is
that's what I've got to give it
interesting.
to.
So, for those looking for a holiday present idea for Tracy, it's either a membership to a laundromat or a pair of sound canceling headphones
right.
with some
Oh, it'd be in
fabric
heaven.
softener sheets that you can wave
Absolutely.
back and forth in front of his
Absolutely.
face.
Yes.
Sorry.
So what sound or noise do you hate?
Babies.
Oh,
I do not like the sound of babies,
crying,
especially
cooing, all of it.
more of the crying and the whining and the whimpering,
Right.
whether it's in a theater or a store, it
Mm.
just, it's like as soon as I walk in, if I'm in the front and that crying baby's in the back corner, my ears go straight there. So
Yeah.
it just weirds me out. That's all I think about. I can't focus.
You have some
and-
sound sensitivity. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
What happens when you're on a plane and there's a baby on it? Just,
Oh, no. I hope that I have headphones.
right? This is what I'm saying. Back to the
Yeah,
gift.
absolutely.
What one piece of advice do you have for your college students?
Don't be perfect,
That's
right?
such a good
You know,
one.
I think people get wrapped up, especially out of high school, and I did, of wanting the A. I've already said, well, don't just go for the D and be happy. But I think that if you wrap yourself up into striving only for A's every single semester and every single course, you're missing the whole point of going to college.
Right.
So I'm not asking you to be perfect. I never want you to be perfect in a classroom. But I think if you kind of get over that, then it makes it a more enjoyable experience for everybody. So it's okay to get a B.
I do feel like the students that I run into, there is an image of perfection that they're always striving for. And I don't know if that has anything to do with social media or this idea that they can't admit that they don't know something. I'm always saying that to my teenage daughter. Like, you don't know everything, and it's okay. It's okay that you don't know it. You know what I mean?
That's part of life,
Right.
learning as you go.
Yeah. So what are 2 college transfer major options for someone interested in chemical technology?
So Chem Tech is designed to put people to work after 2 years. So it's not uncommon for our students to take their associate's degree and then go straight to the workforce. Again, pharmaceutical, environmental, food and beverage, quality control, cosmetics, forensics. But we do have nuggets of populations of students that want to get a bachelor's in chemistry or a bachelor's in chemical engineering. And we've had people that currently are in a master's program in forensic chemistry.
Ooh.
So, you know, mainly science-related pathways or avenues. Other options are like environmental science, bachelor's in environmental science. Again, we try not to pigeonhole a student. We give them experience to all of these different fields so that way when they leave, they know what they really enjoy and, more importantly, what they don't. So that way they don't make a big mistake and waste some time.
Yes.
That's good. So what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I used to work for the University of Virginia's medical school in the Department of Anesthesiology. And in high school, I wanted to go to medical school and I wanted to pursue the anesthesiology route. I sat in on some medical school classes and I was like, no, not for me. This is not it. And I don't know if it was the environment or the way that those particular classes were taught, but it wasn't something that I expected. And I think that if I go back and had to do it all over, I would choose this. But if I couldn't, then I would maybe go medical school route.
To be in
Anesthesiology.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Pharmacy was also on my radar, a pharmacy school.
They're all connected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that being a viable route because you've got to measure out the chemicals for the
That's right.
anesthesia.
And think about the magic that happens. We knock you out and no clue of what just happened. And you wake up maybe with a slight headache.
It is
You're
disturbing.
none the wiser.
Yeah, you don't know. Could have been paraded around Wilmington nude.
That's
like
right.
a Macy's parade
That's
balloon.
right.
You know what I mean? And you just wouldn't even know.
Some people don't need anesthesiology to do that, though.
This is true. So what profession would you not like to attempt?
Teaching.
A little late on that one.
Well, and I'll say teaching in respect to elementary school, middle school, and high school. There's no way.
No babies, no whiners.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. You could not pay me. I mean, the whining, the crying, the germy environment.
I'm starting to see a theme here.
Yes.
That's right.
We're on question 8, but now I'm fully getting
And
it.
I don't think I would have the patience. I think I would just dread going into work every single day, not because work related, but just kid related.
Mhm.
You know, and high school's a just completely different environment altogether.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
I
it's
would-
like a science experiment in there.
yeah,
Yes.
the teachers do not get paid enough for sure
No.
for what they have to deal with on a daily basis.
What is your favorite film?
You're going to hate this answer, Lucinda, but, you know, I'm not really...
No. No.
I'm not
you say,
really...
I don't watch films.
Yeah, well, I do, but I'm not really into rewatching films. So I'll watch movies and I enjoy watching movies, but there's hardly any that I will go back and like purchase
Right.
or buy tickets to go see or rewatch for pleasure, you know. But there's certain movies that have stuck with me over time. And if I see clips on YouTube
This is
or
acceptable.
through
Let's hear
like
let's
social
hear these.
media,
Yes.
you know, like I'll pause, or if I flip through the cable channels, I'll pause and I'll watch scenes of those movies.
Okay.
But I'm an 80s kid, and that's where the majority of them are going to come from. Breakfast Club is probably one of my top.
Of course.
Yes.
How can it not be?
I mean,
Absolutely.
great movie. I was probably in high schoolish at the time, and it resonated with me quite a bit. The Goonies. I don't know if you've seen The Goonies.
It's in my top 5. Love it.
Again, I think I just resonated with a bunch of kids that were on this adventure for pirates and gold and that kind of thing. If I had to pick some newer movies, I really enjoyed the Kill Bills.
Oh, yeah.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
So it was like a strange movie that you're like, what am I watching? And then as you watch more of it, it gets better and better.
Okay, these were all good answers, Tracy. I didn't like that you came in and
Right.
said,
Yeah.
these were fantastic.
Yeah.
This is my dream, my wish. I'm taking it back. I'm taking them all back.
And then maybe Beetlejuice. And I'm very excited with the sequel.
Yes, the sequel's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
Well, finally, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self about your future?
Don't change a thing. You're going to probably question certain decisions, and you're going to reflect on things that could have happened or that did happen. And there's going to be times that you're probably going to self-doubt yourself, but everything falls into place. So trust it, go with the flow, and just don't ask any questions and shut up and do the work. That's what I would tell myself if I had to go back and revisit my, Back to the Future.
Another great 80s movie.
No, that's beautiful advice. I mean, I do feel like that we do question and self-doubt a lot at that age. And then you look back and you think you have all these regrets, but we're all where we're supposed to be, right? Hopefully.
I had no plan. I had no clue what I wanted to do, and that was okay. At the time, I didn't think it was okay. But again, pieces fall into place.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
a big believer in fate.
Are you?
Something led me here. And again, what is that? Who knows?
To conquer your fear of swimming.
That's right. Maybe
That's-
so.
Since you're surrounded by water.
Surrounded by whether
Water
it's a
and sun.
river or an ocean,
Yes.
something's going to get me. That's right.
Oh, well, Tracy, thank you so much for taking the time
Yes,
to come
thank
in
you
and
very
talk
much.
to
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
It's
Whatever.
been a treat talking to you. Enjoyed it.
I can't say the same.
But
No, it's been great. Thank you for the invitation.
absolutely. I know there are some dates and deadlines always lingering out there for university transfer, and we have resident drama instructor Jack Landry on board to fill you in.
Here's a list of important college dates for April 16th through April 30th. Wednesday, April 17th is the last day to withdraw with a W from 12-week session classes. Wednesday, April 24th is the last day to withdraw and receive a W for the second mini session. And it's almost the end of a semester, so don't give up. It's really important. You just keep fighting the good fight.
Everybody, we got T. Todd in the house.
Hey,
Am I allowed
hey.
to call you that? T.
Yeah,
Todd? I love
T-Todd,
it.
Tay-Todd.
So you've got some amazing academic and cultural events for us.
Yeah, welcome spring. We got some fun things happening in April. Monday, April 15th, new student registration begins for summer and fall 2024 classes. Please meet with your academic advisor or counselor to make sure you're on the right path. Tuesday, April 16th, Fund Your Future. Scholarship session will be from 12 to 2 p.m. in U-152. Wednesday, April 17th, Artist Talk for the 2024 CFCC Student Exhibition. This will be from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the Wilma W. Daniels Gallery. Thursday, April 18th, A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. Play runs through Saturday, April 20th at 7 p.m. in the Studio Theater in the Wilson Center. Breakfast pastry sale will be from 12 to 2 p.m. in L109. Tuesday, April 23rd, Fund Your Future. Scholarship sessions will begin from 12 to 2 p.m. in U152. Wednesday, April 24th, Blood Drive will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the lobby of the L Building. Denim Day. Wear denim to promote sexual violence awareness. Midi Madness, the Beats Lab Club showcase will be at 7 p.m. in the Wilson Center. Andy Warhol presentation. Learn about the fascinating life of Andy Warhol through his nephew Daniel Warhola at 2 p.m. in U170. Thursday, April 25th, UNC Greensboro visit will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Union Station upper lobby next to PCJ. Domestic Violence 101, The Purple Elephant in the Room, will be from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. in U387. A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. The play runs through Saturday, April 27th at 7 p.m. in the Studio Theater in the Wilson Center. Friday, April 26th, closing reception for the 2024 CFCC Student Art Exhibition will be from 6 to 9 p.m. in the Wilma W. Daniels Gallery. Monday, April 29th, STEM Film Series, Creation at 2 p.m. in S002. Tuesday, April 30th, Calm and Connect. Counselors will be promoting self-care and stress relief right before finals. This will go from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the Union Station lobby.
Wow, Taylor.
That is a lot of stuff.
April has always been a big month, but it's full of fun activities, so I'm
It's a
excited.
boatload of fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
I say that after we just have completed the boat show,
Right.
which was last weekend.
Oh,
See how I did that? So thank you so much for letting us know all that good stuff.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Here we are, Kathy. We have made it to the end of another podcast.
yes. And that was fun. It was great to be back. I enjoyed talking to Tracy. He's done some cool stuff with that program, and the grant money and stuff that he is
Oh,
able
yeah.
to achieve is just amazing.
That is one thing that we didn't get to touch on. And he is often awarded a lot of National Science Foundation grants.
Yes.
And so he's kick ass. I'm just going to say that. The fact that Cape Fear Community College is the only one out of 58 community colleges offering chemical technology as a program, kudos to us.
Exactly.
Well, kudos to Tracy, because obviously he's doing all the work.
Right.
But still, really exciting.
Yes.
So, April 15th is supposedly when this podcast is going to drop.
Yes. So be sure to file your taxes.
Yep, get those taxes in.
So that can be your reminder. I'm listening to the podcast today. I need to file my taxes.
Yep, maybe you're one of those people that's getting a ton of money back.
Yes. You
or
don't want to
maybe
miss out. Yeah.
you are just, hemorrhaging money.
Yes. Yes.
Could go either way, I suppose.
People getting refunds have already filed.
Right. That's
People
so
who owe
true.
are waiting until 11:59.
They're asking for extensions. And it is also, we should note, really only about 3 weeks left in the semester.
That is amazing. So hard to believe. It's gone by so fast.
Please file your intent to graduate if you have not already.
Please.
Please make sure that you continue to go to class and not ghost out, which tends to happen around this time.
That's right.
If you need extra help, reach out to your instructors. They are waiting for you, willing to help.
Exactly. And shoot for higher than a D on your final exams.
Yes, in the wise words of Tracy Holbrook, go for more than the D.
Yes.
So until next time, Kathy, what is the advice that we have?
Go to class.
Sea Devil Sessions University Transfer Edition is brought to you by CFCC's Community Relations Department. Original theme music by Nicholas Montalbano and Fermin Chavez Ramos. Audio engineering by Mitchell White and Tim Vandenberg. For questions or comments, please contact us at seadevilsessions@cfcc.edu.